Now, as I stated, ascension is going to be a co-created experience. We are creating the ascension, and we're creating it in tandem with what is happening in our galaxy. There are energetic changes going on that are undeniable, and we have to either acclimate to them or they're going to tear us apart. And that's where, we see the good are getting better, the bad are getting worse, and I've added to it, the crazy are getting crazier. They can't handle the energies. No one can. Now, just about everyone is expecting some sort of a solar event. And the information goes everything from a complete 360-degree full circumference mass coronal ejection that they believe is going to happen. And when that happens, the sun will appear to go dark for a number of days before it pops back into equilibrium and comes back alive. And in that moment, they expect there to be a number of flashes, and a lot of this is feedback through the cosmic web from other star systems as the energies are hitting them, these cosmic energies that are causing all this change. It feeds back from star to star, and depending on where you are in the cosmic web, you're going to have this ascension event or event that helps us go through a massive genetic and consciousness change. What Thierry has explained to me is that this density change that we're going to experience is almost completely a consciousness component. It is a change in consciousness. And once we have a different, broader consciousness, we realize our co-creative abilities, and then matter changes. Our bodies, the world around us changes because we change it. And that's it. Yes, Linda? What is in different areas of the galaxy, in between, as we rotate around the galaxy, the great year or cycle, in certain open areas there are giant gas clouds, for the lack of a better word, that we've been aware of for a long time. They were sending craft out, gathering telemetry from these very hot gaseous clouds, and taking that. And that when they were taking a look at this energy that our solar system is traveling through as we travel around the galaxy, they were noticing that the people were starting to behave bizarrely. So they reproduced that energy in a controlled environment, and they found out that if negative people started to have sort of a breakdown, they were having mental and emotional breakdowns. And people that were positively oriented were starting to bliss out. And they realized pretty quickly that as our solar system passed through this cloud, that not only was this energy going to go around the magnetosphere of our star and then feed in through both poles, then traveling to each of the planets where they have magnetic connections to, but that this energy feeds back throughout the entire cosmic web. And in our local stellar neighborhood, about 52 stars, we're in the very center, and there is a supergate that is just outside of our solar system that is, it gives you access to not only everywhere in our galaxy, but other galaxies. So it's used for travel and commerce by many different beings. So we're in a very coveted area of this local stellar neighborhood. It's the feedback from within the cosmic web, which I'd have to give more information. I've talked about it on Cosmic Disclosure about how there is an electric connection between each star as they're traveling, as it's spinning around the galaxy. And it's like electricity. They take the path of least resistance. That's how stargates work. You're traveling through the cosmic web. It is about how they process and assimilate the information. And if If the blue avian message can help us raise our consciousness, then we're going to be ready for this energetic explosion from the sun. Thank you.
Yes. I'm wondering about, since the frequency's gone to 36 hertz, the Schumann resonance, it's getting very fast. We're going very fast through this process, and I'm wondering, what do you think? You think that the ascension event will come before the full disclosure? It's possible, because it just jumped from 2015 was 16 hertz. Before that, it was all along they've been measuring at 7.8 hertz.
Right. Yeah, and there has been a lot of scientists will disagree that there's a change in the Schumann resonance. They play with the numbers a lot, just like they do with earthquakes. But yes, the frequency of our entire solar system is changing, and we have to have the ability to change along with it. That's why we're seeing a lot of people having a lot of triggering and mental issues and emotional issues right now. We're being forced to deal with our karma and all the things. And you may notice all the things that you'd buried a long time ago, have they started popping up out of the blue, and you're being forced to deal with them? Well, there's a reason for that. All of the emotion tied to those experiences, those emotions have density. They're tangible, and they're a part of you. These energies, as they're passing through us, when they hit those things we haven't dealt with, those energetic anchors, they hold us back. We can't progress until we start to deal with ourselves. We have to follow the message. You don't have to change your religion, your belief system. All you have to do is, start trying to forgive others. If you don't forgive others, they have the same power over you now as they did when they traumatized you. You have to forgive yourself for what you've done, and you have to focus daily on being more service to others, become more loving, and it really helps if you do get on a high vibration diet, because that is going to help you deal with these energies and be a lot in a more positive way. Kόρε'ι and Kόρε'ι had both explained densities to me as that each density is just a different consciousness frequency. You know how a lot of people think that if there's a fourth or fifth density being in the room, we would be like, where are they? Mm-hmm. No, if you think about it, you have bacteria, plants, animals. You got first, second density beings that we can touch, we can interact with. Some of them can make us sick. So it works the same way going up the rung, up the ladder. These beings are physical, but they've obtained such a higher level of consciousness above ours that at that point, they have almost full use of their co-creative consciousness and their abilities to manipulate matter and time and space. Therefore, they are able to teleport and do things that seem magical to us. There is a large confederation of benevolent beings that are trying to influence us. I've been getting so many communications from people, doctors, lawyers, attorneys that do not follow this field. They have an experience where they see a blue sphere. They Google and they find my information and they contact me to start asking me questions. What is happening is that there are so many of you out there. I'd say just about every one of you sitting down here. You're not from here. Most of you are not from here. there are a lot of other people like us that have bought into the lie, and they forgot who they were. These experiences are trying to remind them of why they're here. And a lot of people think that Gonzalez and I are the only ones in contact with the blue avians. There are thousands of people out there in contact with the blue avians, and they've all been given different missions. The preparation is almost entirely a spiritual shift that we need to undergo. And our bodies and spirit, mind and spirit, are so interconnected that on the physical level, we do need to start being careful what we're putting in our bodies, what information we're putting in our minds. There's so much negative information or tainted information out there. It's really hard right now. Using discernment is very difficult. There's too much to discern. So this is going to be more of a spiritual type of answer than a physical one.
Hello. Our question is about, we have two questions. Can you talk more about the Alliance? Like, who are these beings? Are they humans? Are they hybrids? And are we all part of the Alliance because we're here? And what's yours about the timeline?
Oh yeah, is there a linear timeline as like when we're going to hit these clouds?
Okay, the second question first. We have been hitting the outskirts of these clouds since at least the 1930s, if not the 1920s. So it's been going on for a long time, but we're hitting to like the thickest part of it. I'm sorry, what was the other question? The Alliance, yes. Yes, anyone who is working to raise the vibration and to work for full disclosure, you're the Alliance. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing that they've been trying to impart onto me is that every single one of us, we have to stop looking for something to come from the sky and change everything. Those of us that are going through this change, that are awakened, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones that are going to fix this and change this. No one's going to come in and do it for us. We've helped contribute to the problem. We're going to have to contribute to the solution. Now, Tier Air had told me that there is an infinite number of densities. Now, I say infinite because everything is designed to return you to source. And if we're all one, and we're like fragments that are all trying to return back to source, and we have to go through these densities. Now, dimensions, parallel dimensions, there are infinite parallel dimensions.
Hi, Corey. I want to say thank you for everything you've done and for risking your life to bring this forward.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you.